Dmytro Skapintsev has just signed with the Boston Celtics as the Celtics have just robbed the New York Knicks of one of their most promising young big men for a team that is still looking for more help at the center position, and we have to break this down. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and the New York Knicks just got robbed by the Celtics as Dmytro Skapintsev, someone who was a really, really good player for the Knicks in the Summer League and in the G League over the past few seasons, has signed an Exhibit 10 contract with the Boston Celtics. And guys, I'm so upset about this. Like most Knicks fans, I was really excited by the way that Dmytro was playing in Summer League. I remember I was actually in California watching the Knicks Summer League on my phone in a hotel in LA, and I was so hype about this guy. I jumped on, I made a video, I had a hotel room background going, and I'm crushed to see that this guy's off the team. Skapintsev has been a very, very good player for the New York Knicks Summer League team and for the G League team, and he's someone who I really wanted the Knicks to give a two-way contract to, but Michael Scotto broke the news. That is not the case anymore, and it can no longer happen, as the Boston Celtics and Dmytro Skapintsev have agreed to an Exhibit 10 contract. The 7'1" center from Ukraine was called up by the New York Knicks last season. He's two-way eligible, and he enters training camp looking to compete for a roster spot with the Celtics. And also, it continues as the Westchester Knicks did announce that because of this, they traded Dmytro to the Maine Celtics in exchange for returning player rights to Brandon Slater and Joe Wieskamp. Now, obviously, I don't think too many of us know who Brandon Slater and Joe Wieskamp are. Not really going to go over Brandon Slater. There's not much to talk about. Joe Wieskamp has played, I believe, 38 games in the NBA, and Joe Wieskamp is a forward. He's a wing. He's a 6'6" wing. We have so many of those. Why? Why did we not even... Guys, I don't understand why the Knicks did not give a two-way to Dmytro. I understand the Knicks drafted Ariel Hukporti 58th overall, and he's on a two-way contract, but the Knicks have a big man shortage, and now they're going out here and letting Dmytro walk for no reason so they can bring back Jacob Toppin, who's 6'8", plays the small forward position. The Knicks have around 500 players who could do that. They have a bunch of guys who are 6'8". I don't understand what this move was. It's just... It felt like a perfect world to bring Dmytro in, a very skilled big man who you could have given a chance to try to make the actual roster. But nope, the Knicks let him go, and I think all of us are pretty upset about that. I mean, now we have to go out there and essentially still not have a true big man. Obviously, in the live stream, if you tuned in yesterday, there was one guy really pushing for Ariel Hukporti to the point where I literally asked him if he was Ariel Hukporti because it was unreal. Though I do love the enthusiasm. Hukporti should have went in the first round of the draft, but he ruptured his Achilles, and since he's a rim-running big man, teams got a little bit scared. I think that's a good guy to take a chance on at the last pick in the draft, absolutely. So hopefully that works out, problem solved. You have a young big man who's talented, but it might not. And you have to look at this and see, okay, well, we had a guy in Dmytro who had been called up to the Knicks, played 2 games for the Knicks. Yes, it was garbage time minutes, but the Knicks clearly were willing to put the guy on the court at least somewhat. But nope, now he's gone. He's on the Celtics, so we just let the man walk after a great summer league, and that really, really sucks to see. It's one of those situations where you're just very, very bothered by it. Dmytro, in his 2 seasons with Westchester, was solid, especially his most recent year, putting up 12 points per game, grabbing some nice rebounds, could shoot the ball pretty effectively, including from 3. I mean, looking right here, Dmytro Skapintsev took a good amount of threes, I guess. It took 2.5 per game as a big man, wasn't inefficient from 3. It feels like a pretty bad misstep. Now, if this were the regular free agency offseason, if this were July, it would be different. It'd be like, okay, never mind, it's July, it'll be fine, the Knicks will have a backup option. But no, it's not. It's September 19th. The Knicks don't have big men on the roster outside of Mitchell Robinson, who's currently recovering from an injury, Precious Achiuwa, who's more of a power forward than anything, and Jericho Sims, who I made a video on the other day. The Knicks have no faith in Jericho Sims whatsoever. It's finally happened. In case you wanted to watch it, I'll link it below or something. You'll be able to find it on the channel. But look, it's one of those situations where I'm just completely bummed out by this, because it's like, it's not going to change everything for the Knicks, but it is something that does kind of suck, where it's like this guy was on the Knicks, within the Knicks organization for a few years, and now we just let him go for literally Joe Wieskamp. Joe Wieskamp, 38 games in basketball, putting up 1.8 points per game, shooting 33% from the field, 30% from three, 54% from the free throw line, showing that he can't really shoot at all with a PER of 5.6. Now, I know these were in sparse minutes, but still, he's been on around 6 million teams throughout his time in basketball already, just getting passed around. And here's what's happened. He was drafted by the Spurs in 2021, 41st overall. Signed a two-way with the Spurs. Got on a real contract from the Spurs. Signed a multi-year deal with them. Got waived by the Spurs. Signed a 10-day with the Raptors. Signed another 10-day with the Raptors. Signed a contract with the Raptors. Got waived by the Raptors a few months later. Signed an Exhibit 10 with the Dallas Mavericks. Then got waived by the Dallas Mavericks exactly 2 months later. And then he was on the main red clause. This is not a guy who's going to have any impact on the Knicks. So it's not even like it makes any sense, because even if you wanted to, even if you were a big man, I'd be like, all right, well, they got a different big man. It's what it is. I think we all liked Dmytro because he understood the Knicks a bit because he had been here for a while, but at least it's a big man. Nope. 6'6" wing. Why? Oh, man. I mean, again, this isn't the end of the world, and I know I'm more upset than I should be, but it's just this Knicks center problem is an issue that just seems like it's not getting any notice. Dmytro put up 17 and 10 and 3 in a game with the Westchester Knicks. Played really great. I was really hyped to see that happen. Very great job by Dmytro. And then also, just looking at it, 7'1" Ukrainian center Dmytro Skapintsev also had 19 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, hit a 3, went 6 or 7 from the field, plus 9, which was a team high. The man was nice in Summer League, and now he just gets to go play for the main Red Claws G League team, because he's not going to make the actual roster, so he's going to be on their G League team, since now the Red Claws have his rights. I was thinking, hearing Red Claws, I was thinking of White Claws, dude. That's probably a bad sign for me. But now we're looking at the guys who are still available according to Sport Track right now. Now, one of the people on this list is Boban Marjanovic, who did sign in Turkey, so he does not. They weren't going to sign him anyway. There's JaVale McGee. There's Bismack Biyombo. There's Moses Brown. Those are my 3 favorites from this list. Now, also, Damian Jones is an option. The rest of them, they're not proven at all. They're not guys you really want to go for. These are guys who are currently free agents in the NBA, have not signed elsewhere. I hope the Knicks go out and give JaVale McGee that final contract, because they got 19 players. You can bring 20 into training camp. Go bring in JaVale. Go bring in Bismack. Go bring in Moses Brown, who's young, who's similar to Mitchell Robinson in a lot of ways. Go bring in Damian Jones. One of them, preferably JaVale McGee or Moses Brown, if you ask me. But the Knicks have to go out there and do something. They just don't have enough centers on the roster while Mitchell Robinson's still recovering from injury. So, guys, I mean, let me know what you think down below. I'm probably overreacting. I understand that. I just really liked Dmytro. I thought he was a skilled big man. I thought he could have the potential to replace Hartenstein pretty well when it came to the offensive side of basketball. I think he has a lot of potential that's been untapped. I don't think the Celtics are going to get there because they have just a plethora of big men between Porzingis, who is out till January, and you have Horford and Xavier Tillman and Luke Cornett. There's a lot of bigs on the Celtics roster, so Dmytro's not going to get a chance there where he could have gotten a chance with the Knicks. So I'm just bummed out. But, guys, let me know what you think. Like this, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Knicks.